Okay, hi again, Attorney Steve Vondran. We are talking in this video about FBI Anti-Piracy Seal Program. Okay, so if your company is getting tired of copyright infringement, you make software, books, music, films, electronic media, corporate materials, even your website, things that can be copyrighted. Essentially anything that is an original work of authorship that is fixed in a tangible medium of expression like a book or a disc can be subject to copyright protections. Okay, that's even if you don't register the copyright. Copyrights don't have to be registered, but of course there's advantages and benefits to registering, such as you have a chance to go file a suit for infringement and seek attorney fees and your statutory damages up to $150,000 per infringed title. So there are benefits to registering your copyright. This video deals with the copyright symbol. I think most people are familiar. Let me just scroll down here. This is off my website, but here's the FBI Anti-Piracy Warning. I think you all have seen that. You may have seen it at the movie theaters. You may have seen it on a piece of software somewhere. But this was a symbol that was previously only allowed to be used by several different organizations, large copyright-related content organizations, and I'll give you a few of those. For example, the Business Software Alliance, what we refer to as the BSA, the Recording Industry Association, RIIA, was able to use this symbol. The Entertainment Software Association was able to use this symbol. The MPAA, the Motion Picture Association of America, was able to use this symbol. So there was a lot of different companies that were able to use this, but now this has been opened up so other companies, smaller companies, your company for example, could potentially use this seal on its website or on its products to help stop and deter copyright infringement and to educate people about copyright. One of the problems we have now in this day and age is a lot of people don't understand what copyright is. It's not really something you learn in high school or college. You know, it's something you kind of just hear about. So, but the symbol will help. The symbol is well recognized, and most people know what it is and know what it says and know what it means, okay? And essentially what it means is you could be subject to $250,000 of penalties or 5 years in prison for illegal reproduction or distribution of copyrighted content. So that's what the symbol is. That's why a lot of these large organizations used it, but it's also now available for the average company to use if, and this is a big if you're following the requirements. There are requirements to use this, so you can't just sort of alter and modify and make up your own program. You got to follow the rules, okay? So let's go up here real quick. There's a lot of content on here. If you want to come and read this blog and actually see what the law is, here's the URL to do that. Vondran Legal using the FBI Anti-Piracy Warning to ward off copyright infringers. So you can just Google that or Google my name. You'll find this blog, okay? It's a lot of good information in here. Whoops, what's going on here? We don't want to do that. So, all right, let's get back to the blog here. So the law itself, which allows the use of this symbol, the warning sign, the warning seal as they call it, 41 CFR 128-1.5009. CFR, do you know what that stands for? Probably not. Most people don't. Code of Federal Regulations. Code of Federal Regulations. So 41 CFR, there's your law. I've got a link to it if you want to check it out. And it talks about, you know, the SEAL program, why they have it. And I'm not going to go into that. If you want to pause this video and read this, you can. I'll go slow so you see it. But again, there are conditions regarding the use of the seal. You can see that right here. Certain conditions that must be followed. I'm going to go over those in a second. And here I sent you a link. If you want to go to the copyright page, the FBI, just click on this photo. That will take you right to the page, okay? Making things easy for you. Attorney Steve making it easy. All right, so there are some prohibitions. Again, I'm going to let you come down and see that, but I'm going to give you in a nutshell. Here's the companies that were previously authorized to use it, in case you were wondering. But I'm going to give you some key takeaways, some nutshells here. My 1 to 12 list. Number 1, put it adjacent to your copyrighted goods. Again, the copyrighted goods, the music, the website, it does not need to be registered with the United States Copyright Office to qualify. So number 2, use the symbol they provide. If you click on that link that I sent you, you'll actually go to the actual symbol that you can use. Don't make up your own. Don't put it in Photoshop. Don't try to make it look better. Don't do all those things. Use the one they provide. Number 3, use the language they provide, and we have that there as well up top in our use. You can see the actual language in there. Again, number 4, do not make up your own wording, your own terminology. So this is not a time to get creative. Number 5, do not use the symbol or language in a way that suggests the FBI endorses or approves of your statement. So this is not something where you're trying to show the person, the FBI has approved my website for being copyrighted, this, that, and the other, or my book or my poem or whatever the case may be, piece of jewelry that I have, it's not an endorsement or an approval by the FBI. This is just a program for education and deterrence, okay? That's number 5. 6, it is illegal to put the symbol on goods that are illegal. For example, obscenity materials, child pornography, for example. Just because you think something's copyrighted, if it's not subject to being protected by the copyright laws, get an attorney, make sure, find out where you're at. Don't just put it on anything because you feel like it. That could be illegal, could subject you to imprisonment and criminal sanctions, okay? Up to 6 months is what I understand it to be. Okay, so that's number 6. 7, again, criminal sanctions for improper use. Make sure you're following the rules if you're going to try to undertake and bring your company into this program or your studio or whatnot. Number 8, again, download the seal directly from the FBI website. That's up there at the top. 9, do not alter the image. We've talked about that. There are certain borders that you may be able to use. They do talk about, yes, you may use a border of this style or that style. To me, I wouldn't change it, but if you're really dying to put a border on it, check the rules out. Make sure what you're doing is proper, okay? So there is a limited flexibility in that area. Number 10, do not use in conjunction with a fair use disclaimer. We've talked about fair use disclaimers on other videos. You can Google that, Vondran fair use disclaimer. And that's usually like in your videos and stuff. You don't want to be using the notice to imply somehow that your fair use has been validated or endorsed by the FBI once again. So you don't want to do that. Number 11, companies and individuals are encouraged to use anti-circumvention technology on the seal or the warning itself to prevent easy copy and paste. You don't want people to just be able to copy and paste, but that's an encourage. From what I was able to note, that's encouraging it, not requiring it. So look into that. That's an important factor. And number 12, use on your copyrighted materials, as we talked about, software, books, music, audio is what that's supposed to say, website, photographs, videos, films, etc., poetry, jewelry, comics, you name it, anything that's subject to copyright, okay? So do your own due diligence. Rules may change from time to time. These are only general guidelines. This is not legal information. This is not legal advice. This is general information only. Very serious program. If you need piracy counsel to assist you, it may be worth the money to be sure you are in compliance. So this is a really cool program. If you want to learn more about it, there's our information. You can give us a call. You can hire us to help guide you through that and make sure you're good. But that's a good overview, and I hope you enjoyed that. Feel free to leave your comments. Feel free to subscribe. We appreciate all your continued viewership. And as we like to say, be smarter than your friends. Okay, things you don't learn in school. I know, I was there. Anyway, Attorney Steve Vondran, thanks a lot for watching. We appreciate it. Feel free to share these videos on your social media networks. Take care now.